Hello, my name is Jeremy Worthy, and today I'll be giving a brief covering Meta's lawsuit concerning their user data. Meta has been accused of sharing data of about 87 million users with Cambridge Analytica and other companies. In this suit, it's alleged they've made sensitive user information available to countless companies and individuals without consent. This data can include private media, actual contents of message shared, and also analytics of things like videos watched. Now, we'll break down the core allegations to four categories. The first being that Meta gave app developers access to sensitive user information. And basically, I think it says about 10,000 app developers had access to your information of your friends in order to develop their products. Also, is it claimed that after claiming to stop this data, giving this data to developers in 2014, Meta secretly continued the practice. It's also being alleged that data was given to business powers in turn from shared data with Meta. So basically, it was a business relationship where Meta, through data collected on Facebook and Instagram and other sites, would share data with companies in exchange for information they could receive from themselves. At a certain point, Meta did put policies in place, but it's also being alleged that they failed to restrict user-sensitive data and basically enforce these policies after a certain point. Now, Meta made certain arguments about these claims. The first being that there is no expectation for privacy once data has been shared to friends on social media. And the ruling ultimately disagreed with the statement, asserting that there is an expectation of privacy when information is shared with a limited audience. You have the ability to limit who can see things. Next, Meta said there is no standing to sue on a federal court because there was no harm caused. There was no direct harm caused. And the ruling asserted that the privacy invasion itself is a form of harm and could be addressed at the federal level, even though there was no direct secondary crime traced to these claims, such as identity theft. And lastly, Meta argued the case should be dismissed because user consents to wide dissemination of their information in the term of service. They saying that, hey, between 2009 and 2015, so during certain parts of this, we did let users know what we were doing, but the courts ultimately decided that, hey, the users did not consent to all of the alleged misconduct brought forth in the allegations that we covered before. Now, Meta ultimately decided to settle this class action lawsuit, and by doing so, was able to deny liability or wrongdoing. Now, the payment itself is about $725 million for all users being affected. And that comes down to actually about 87 million is the estimated number. My issue with this is that if all 87 million were to file a claim, the payout would only be $8.33 per user. I think Meta got off extremely easy considering how much money they likely made off of sharing this data and really selling this data. And the based on the number of users affected, the payout is just not very large. Lastly, we'll get into the current privacy policy. My ultimate assessment is that Meta is continuing to collect data from users just like they've always done. The difference now is if you go to the terms of agreement and you check out the website, is they make it very clear at least what type of information they're collecting. For example, I have some direct quotes here from their terms of agreements. Partners also share information like your email address, cookies, advertising device, and ID with us. And it goes on to say, we receive this information whether you're logged in or not to the account. We collect information about friends, followers, groups, and Facebook pages. That's just a whole media you're watching. A lot of data is still being collected. They're just doing a good job of explicitly telling you. Now, when I searched their website, the terms of agreement, I did not see terms like profit, monetization, revenue included at all. It's my opinion that they're letting people know what they're doing, but still hiding behind making a better user experience and not really acknowledging the fact that they are explicitly selling your data and the user is the product in this process. So they've done what they needed to do to avoid further suits in the future, not really address people's concerns beyond the lawsuit of the way this data is really being used. So that's my assessment of the situation, and that'll be the end of my brief.